Hello.
So nice to meet you. Thank you so much for meeting with me today. I would love to tell you a little bit about myself. I am currently enrolled in the Medical Office Assistant program at Bow Valley College, and I'm going to be graduating this August. I really love working in positions that require to work with others and to be friendly. In my program, I've learned lots of things. One major one was how to navigate and operate Alberta Netcare system and the Accuro system. I've also gained lots of medical terminology knowledge and clinical skills, such as taking vitals for a client as well. Your organization is really awesome. I love that you promote such a diverse and inclusive clinic. As well, it's really important these days to provide mental health support to clients if they need. And for you guys to put that out there on your website is such a good place for people to go if they need that, to just head to their family doctor. That's really great. I also really appreciate that you empower your clients just by outlining the fact that they can make their own individual choices because it is their own healthcare. If I had a choice between writing or verbally communicating with a client, that's a good one. I would have to say I prefer to verbally communicate, face-to-face or by phone. I think just because you can then have the facial expressions and you can hear that tone of voice, I think it makes things a little bit easier to communicate. It also creates more of a connection with the clients as well. My favorite technique to stay organized day to day is definitely creating lists. I create lists in my own personal life, as well as with work and with school. It just keeps me on track and really makes sure I don't miss anything. I love when things are accounted for and everything is organized, and that really helps. I would say I also use prioritization on a daily basis, and that just makes sure all the right things get done first and everything is addressed in the right order. My philosophy for teamwork is really simple. I would say I'm just focused on the common goal of the team. I always look forward to working in a team environment, and I would say I excel at providing support to my team and making sure that others feel appreciated. When I worked in the restaurant at Jameson's, every once in a while you would come across a difficult customer, but in this particular case, someone was upset because they ordered a drink off the menu that wasn't on the menu. It was off the menu. And they just verbally said what ingredients they wanted in the drink and kind of described it. And when it came out, they did not like that drink and they complained. They were very upset. So I had to decide how to react to the situation with the disgruntled customer. First of all, I always stay calm. I'm very level-headed and I find that part pretty easy. Next, always make sure that I listen to the customer. I think part of dealing with a difficult situation is understanding what's going on and making the customer feel heard. Then I tried to gather all the information and analyze what would maybe be the best possible solution. In this case, the customer did want the drink to be remade, but I explained that since the drink is off the menu and it was just verbally told, it would probably come out the same and it wouldn't be the greatest. So I did recommend a different drink on our menu that kind of catered to her likes, and I did say that we could take the other drink, make sure it wasn't on her bill, like take it off so she didn't have to pay for it. So in the end, she did order the drink that I recommended and she loved it. Then that way we also maintain that positive attitude towards our restaurant, which is important. I would say an example of working under pressure happened recently, the end of the last semester that we had at school. So I'm taking 2 condensed courses, which had final projects due, and then those 4 regular courses I was in at the same time. They were in full swing, continuing on for the summer, with projects and upcoming midterms. In addition to that, I was in the process of packing to move and working my part-time job. So I kind of had to decide how to manage everything on my plate and get everything done. I came to the conclusion that I would have to give something up to have enough time to get things done. So I decided to give my shift up to a coworker, and then I also decided to postpone the packing a week later until my condensed courses were done. Then, with whatever was left, all my tasks, I planned out my time. So I made sure I had all the deadlines figured out, wrote them down in order of importance, and had all the dates that they were due. I then worked on the projects or studied just in small sections to make sure I didn't become overwhelmed with everything. This ended up working pretty well. My paycheck was a little smaller that week, but that's something that I can make up later in the year or in the summer. The packing did get done. It was just a week late. And most importantly, all my assignments got submitted, and I did go to my exams, which I think is the most important part. I, at one point last year, was unhappy with my career and felt like I didn't really have one. It was more of a job. And I felt that I maybe needed to take schooling to further myself. So I did set a goal of finding the right career path by the end of 2021 and applying for school if need be. So I searched online and found a career counselor. I ended up going to her. We did lots of tests and chatted about all the results. And going to that career counselor really launched me into the right direction and gave me some guidance about how to take my interests and skills and use them in a job. I decided to take the medical office assistant program because it checked all of the boxes. I applied in the fall of 2021 to attend school at the beginning of 2022 and got in, and here I am in 2022 about to graduate. I do have a few questions to ask you. I was wondering if you could share a little bit more about the day-to-day responsibilities of this role. And who are all the other position titles within the department, and how would I interact with them? Awesome, that's really great. Well, I think that's almost it. I was just wondering what the next process is like. What are the next steps in this? And if I could know when to expect to hear from you. Awesome. Well, thank you so much. That is all my questions. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much for meeting with me.